One Piece. What is there to say about One Piece? Well, in fact, there's too much to say. Now, I've been following One Piece for about 8 years now, and it's only getting better with each passing year. I thought long and hard about this, and I came up with a list of why you should and shouldn't watch One Piece in 2020. So here's a condensed list of why you should watch One Piece. When you type One Piece into Google Images, you will be presented with a farmer, skeleton, raccoon, and an oddly shaped cyborg. But what I see is an overly excited legend traveling the ocean with his legendary friends, and boy, am I invested into this universe. The main character is called Monkey D. Luffy, and he's on the quest to become the Pirate King. He won't let anything from the Navy to other pirates get in his way. He will protect his friends at whatever cost, and if you are empathetic, then you will be hit right in the feels with a roller coaster of different emotions. Everything in One Piece is interconnected. It all happens for a reason. For example, back in episode 62, you meet this whale called Laboon, right? And you're like, huh, it's just some dumb whale. Turns out, he's been waiting for his friends for over 50 years to come and meet him again. This arc only lasts for 2 episodes, and I'm pretty sure everybody who was watching One Piece at this time forgot about Laboon, right? Well, it turns out 300 episodes later, the friend he was waiting for ends up becoming one of the main characters, and he's also been waiting for Laboon all of this time. I'm barely scratching the surface of One Piece's story, but hopefully this example gives you an insight of what to expect. It's the tiny details that make One Piece feel so special. Stuff like this has been happening since the very first episode and makes the world feel so much more alive. Speaking of the world, my gosh, the One Piece universe is vast. The way the story is set up, it could literally go on forever. If it's not the behind the scenes corruption of the government, it's the intense antics of the pirate world. There's always something going on. All of the locations are heavily detailed and creatively inspired. You could show me a screenshot from any of the islands from One Piece and I could tell you exactly which one it is. I mean, look at Whole Cake Island. This arc was heavily inspired by Disney, but you had gangster, pirate, cooking, romance, and motherfucking Power Rangers imbued into this arc as well. There aren't any limitations to what any character could be in One Piece, and it never comes across as ridiculous. Like the locations, the characters are all uniquely designed. One Piece is more about its characters and world rather than big fights. For example, in other shonen animes such as Dragon Ball Z or Naruto, the characters primarily have the desire to get stronger and become better fighters. Yes, there is a 2-year time skip in One Piece where the characters spend their time training, but normally that isn't the case in One Piece. Each character you're presented with comes with their own unique goal and purpose. So yes, naturally, the driving force behind the story is friendship, ambition, and adventure. So it makes up for a very wholesome experience. Depending on how you look at it, One Piece being long can either be a good or a bad thing. But if you like long-running series such as Game of Thrones, then One Piece is the perfect anime for you. One Piece has been going on for over 20 years, and it nearly has over 1,000 episodes, and to me, that's incredible. Series come and go, but One Piece has withstood the test of time, and is one of the few anime I can safely say has only gotten better as time went on. The most recent arc, Whole Cake Island, is easily my favorite arc, and one of the better written arcs at that. Wow, is that like 3 arcs in one sentence? Yikes. Every character that the series writer Oda Eiichiro, I think I butchered that, but that's okay, introduces is uniquely designed and is oozing character. They all have their own unique way of speaking, laughing, and moving. I mean, look at my boy Katakuri. His fight goes on long enough for him to somewhat grow attachment to Luffy. After 900 plus episodes, these characters will begin to feel like lifelong friends. You will get attached and hope for every character to have their own awesome moment. Now, before I get on to why you shouldn't watch One Piece, here are a few reasons that I felt had too many pros and cons depending on how you look at it. I'll call this the gray area. Filler episodes are made to fill time and extend the series. They are not relevant to the overall story. This is a good and a bad thing. Great because 90% of what you watch from One Piece is canon and every episode gives us some form of plot progression, but because of this, the anime is very close to its source material, the manga. So in order for Toei Animation to not overtake the manga and be forced to give us filler, the pacing is unfortunately incredibly slow. Usually scenes from One Piece will go like this. Recently, Toei Animation did an animation upgrade and One Piece has never looked better until now. If the animation is so good, why is it in the grey area? Well, the animation has only recently received an improvement, and it's still not as good as it could be. If it's your first time watching One Piece, while the animation starts off great, the majority of One Piece is animated very poorly. You will be bombarded with slow-moving panning shots over still frames while music plays for over 700 episodes. It doesn't pay tribute to how it was intended to be in the manga and feels somewhat lifeless at times, but it definitely does have its moments. While the animation is subpar, the music and voice acting is some of the best in the business and honestly carries the anime. Now here's 3 reasons why you should not watch One Piece in 2020. It's no secret that One Piece is long. It's a commitment. If time is not something you have much of, you'll be spending a very long time watching one show. On my first viewing, it took me 3 months to catch up to the most recent episode. Back then, there was only 500 episodes, and now there's nearly 1,000. So in theory, it should take me 6 months to watch 1,000 episodes now, right? Wow, that's a lot of episodes. I went from binging the show to watching One Piece weekly, and honestly, as intoxicating as One Piece is, I wasn't enjoying One Piece as much as I was when I binged it. The pacing is simply too slow to enjoy watching weekly. I took a 5-year break to let the anime grow a bit, and boy was it worth the wait. It's like I'm continuing the adventure I began all of those years ago. Anyway, this is the negative part of the list, so I'm gonna stop encouraging you. God, I love One Piece. The anime has cool music and voice acting, but as I said earlier, it can also be very slow at times. The manga is much faster to read and is also better drawn. Each chapter feels impactful, and sometimes the anime just doesn't live up to the intentions of the manga. Keep in mind, the manga is obviously written first, so if you can't wait to find out what happens next in the anime, you can always read ahead. Yes, it's true. After consuming what seems to be endless amounts of One Piece content, the end will eventually meet you, and at this time, you will be left with nothing to do other than mourn the good times you had. I mean, naturally you will feel this way with any show you watch, but One Piece is much longer than your average TV show or anime, so that punch in the gut will hit even harder when it does come. For some, it feels like a continuation of their life. We have no idea when this is going to end, so it's better to just enjoy this journey until its very last moment. So it turns out I had a lot more positives to share about One Piece than negatives. That should give you a good idea of how intoxicating One Piece is. One Piece changed my life for the better, and hopefully it will do the same for you. Well, I'll make one more point to finish off. No matter your walk of life, there is something for us all in One Piece. You like epic big fights that go on for 30 episodes? It's got that. You like insanely emotional moments? It's got that. You like that feeling of nostalgia, hope, and adventure? It's got all of that. From wacky genre inclusions to tackling real-world issues, One Piece is a real adventure that once you begin, you won't regret. I tried my best not to spoil anything other than a few minor details that won't overly affect your impression of the overarching plot of One Piece, so when you go in blind, you'll feel all of that open-ended blissfulness that all One Piece fans adore. Will you watch One Piece? Or have you already seen it and were simply curious to hear my reasons? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.